And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Terra Invicta. And I did notice this guy has a little bit of XP to spend while we were away. We'll go ahead and give him the next command. I won't give him the last command, the 25th command, because when we get cyborging, we'll get an extra command from that. We'll take him to 25. So at this point, we're looking at persuasion and science. At this point, because we actually need to start pushing into larger territories outside of our initial starting area, probably persuasion is what we're going to work on, but or for science. It's tempting science would be. Rebel. You're not capped. You're capped at 25. So yeah, let's grab you a admin. And then when we get cyborging, we'll have another admin from the cyborging as well. You on. We'll give you some more investigate and espionage. It's our XP spent. Okay, we got missions already assigned, so let's do confirm assignment, let some time pass.
Lending my expertise.
Okay, so there's our tabs set up. So what we will do is upgrade the cores on all of them. Don't click a built existing module, we just want to click into them. Click in, click in, right click to upgrade the core, in and right click the core. Basically rinse and repeat the entire list here. No, we already did that. Also look at which ones were clicked on so we know what we're doing a repeat. Again, Mercury's not very good for water and volatiles, but it's really good for metal, nobles, a little bit of radioactives. And we do need a little bit of all of that. The higher tiers, the tier 2 and the tier 3 ones, will also be pretty good for space for both high tier modules like mission control and research labs, as well as just spamming research in general.
Violence is abating.
Now, before we do any of that really high tier stuff,
the needle.
we are going to need a fleet in Mercury
Violence
orbit.
is abating.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Our cause is unjustified to them.
Getting closer. Soon we'll be able to make two into one. And we are ready for unification with Tajikistan.
Ready to go.
That's probably a better
Reporting.
application of you. So let's set national policy, get that unification going.
Heading to the capital.
And it is January, so next one we'll be able to do Estonia. So basically we're going to do Tajikistan, Estonia. I doubt we'll have the government sorted for Belarus by then, but maybe Belarus.
Ready for orders.
Ready to go.
Acknowledged.
I'm here.
Acknowledged.
Standing by for orders.
March this year, we get to do the one after Saturn, and before Saturn's going to provide us 6 more mines, so that'll be good. 6 more mines.
Lending my expertise.
New space dock, low Earth orbit. Of course, the space dock is built before everything else, so give it some more time. They're coming to Rainier Station, which one-on-one is sort of a suicide mission for it. It should be a suicide mission. What are you equipped with? Rail cannon, autocannon. We're going to reject that and go to do this manually. Pretty sure our point defense array can handle defending here. Although we did just change up, or reduce, or develop the PD, or the point defense laser turret. So it might be that the point defense laser turret is actually worse than the 30 mil. Okay, and the 40 mil is actually connecting. Yeah, I'm not sure if the actual upgrade to laser turret is a improvement. It's an improvement from an ammo standpoint, but not necessarily from a can it blow the thing up standpoint. Oh, we got one of the rail cannon rounds through, so we actually did some damage. Looks like it's lost some weapon capability. So we'll see if the Corvette actually turns around and is able to do anything about our PDA. Answer looks like not. And it went through half the light rail cannon rounds on the first pass. Was thinking about turning around. Didn't in the end actually turn around. Okay, there it is, trying to turn around again. Once it runs out of rounds, we're going to start auto-resolve. And I think it's going to run out of the point defense rounds first. The one thing the point defense array has is it technically has infinite ammo. We don't have to worry about our PDA here actually running out of ammo. Whereas they have to worry about running out of 40 mil. Which, the way they're engaging us, they will, in fact, run out of. Yeah, not much longer. They're going to be out of rounds. And that is all the 40 mil. I think it's lost its main cannon. Yeah, auto-resolve would have said we lost. Actual... Taking the long way to reveal the result here, it says we win, so... Although that might be because the auto-resolve is willing to burn more deadly than the actual AI is. So if the way that you might have won, I suppose, you get really close and then you burn such that you are sitting right next to the PDA or something, or hanging very far back. One of the two. Because it was at a particular range doing damage to the PDA. And if it could do enough damage in that range, then it could, in theory, destroy it. Or get lucky or something. At this point, I think we can hit auto-resolve, and that should result in us winning. Yeah. Nope. Servant Counselor was found or removed for whatever reason. I'll have to go try to investigate another counselor if they're
Things are
turning them.
stabilizing.
Public sentiment
They are
is
deep enough in the tech
increasingly
tree
with
they
us.
could be
Our efforts didn't have any effect.
you hit a 0. Shame. They could be putting the loyalty monitor on them.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Policy direction complete.
Unification. Oh, we are at the point where we can do Belarus. So Tajikistan. So it will be Tajikistan, Estonia, Belarus, Georgia.
Ready. You'll see what they're up to.
Your orders? On my way to the capital.
Ready.
I suppose I could just do both this mission. So we'll
On
do
my
both.
way to the
That'll be
capital.
their month or cycle off. So we'll do Belarus, Estonia, and we'll have to wait until not the next cycle, but the next cycle. Next one after that for Georgia. And then we'll have 2 really big nations, which is much easier to defend than lots of little ones. At this point, we'll swap. I'm gonna have to do something about that inequality. The inequality is a bit high. Over on the inequality reduction of welfare.
Where to?
Standing by.
At your service.
Where to?
Exotic materials is 27th of
At your
January,
service.
so we'll check the tech tree. I think once we have exotic materials, we can see the prerequisites for the neutron lands. I think we have all the prerequisites for the neutron lands, but it'd be good to double check anyway. New orbital core for low Earth 1. So that the point defense is online. No, the point defense won't be online until the 16th of February. Wait until the 16th of February then to do any more ads there. The other human
Lending
factions
my
fighting each other, that's
expertise.
what we want to see.
Surveillance complete.
8. We can probably turn an 8. Here's our Mercury outpost mines come online. Do I take the gamble? I think I am going to take the gamble. Oh no, we haven't upgraded the cores yet. So when the cores come online, which is another 10 days, we can start upgrading the mine. And I will start upgrading the mine when that happens.
Order is returning.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
There's exotic materials completed. After exhausting analysis and stress tests, we have little idea of what the material truly is. We do, however, know what it is not. Despite previously believing that the so-called exotics were some manner of hereunto unknown alloy, we've determined that it also exists in a non-solid state, such as when the coolant of the alien's warship's heat sinks. It would appear that, rather than being a construction material itself, it will instead improve and augment the durability or electrical conductivity of any other substance it is applied to. So, It says we're now allowed to amass it. We technically were able to do it before, but it now reveals it. Update the codex with new information. Exotics is specifically the prerequisite for exotic heat sinks.
Colonel, the science section has finished their analysis of the alien materials.
Research teams are so excited, hard to tell them to slow down long enough to understand what the hell they're saying. Long story short, these exotics, as the eggheads are now calling them, act as kind of a universal materials enhancer. Okay. So, I think we're going to follow that with the Hydra language. Although if we go into the tech tree... do the fuel tech tree. Do I know enough to get the ultra cold neutron containment? That's not what we're looking for. So that's a neutronium fission drive. If we wanted to stay in the fission lane and not go to fusion, that's something we could try to run for. Neutron spiker, ultra cold neutron containment, as I think speed buff actually. I thought it was neutronics that was the prerequisite I was missing. Or the neutron lance. Particle lens has not shown it yet. We're still seeing the antimatter. Maybe I don't have the right tech researched yet. So you can see all the things that the prerequisite for. Phasers, so green and UV phasers, tier 3 coil guns, tier 3 plasma, exotic heat sinks, the upper end of the nuclear torpedoes, upper end of the fusion drives, exotic armor, exotic materials. That's just also the requirement for the plasma or the neutrons, but maybe I'm wrong. Neutron lance. I could always go antimatter, I suppose. You need for antimatter. Specifically, I think it's antimatter weaponry I'm thinking of. Antimatter particle cannon, yeah. So antimatter weaponry. Need antimatter containment. Needs advanced hydrogen containment. Yeah, probably want to do that at some point. Long range. Liquid rockets, more boost as well. Yeah, you might start working in that direction. See how much of the global we can control. Okay, so we now have our 3 shipyards up at Mercury. In theory, we have 3 ships under construction at Mercury. They're all going to come in at slightly different days, but that's actually not too bad of a spread. That's a 12-day spread between the first and the last. Okay, Victor 123 has arrived. Low Earth orbit. Coming from Rainier Station. Okay. We're going to arrive there in 49 minutes. This is 2 cruisers. So, Foxtrot 176, please make the transit to Rainier. You will arrive late. But you should arrive before the station is destroyed, and you're bringing enough ordnance to probably get rid of them. Yeah. Engage. They're technically docked to the station, destroying it, so this is the ideal time to jump them. I still haven't upgraded these with the Mark III targeting computer, so we might be pretty heavily jammed here. And if we are heavily jammed, that might be what causes us to lose this battle. Punch the accelerators. Targets assigned. Go. Yeah, we're hitting some pretty heavy jamming here because I think the cruisers are rocking up the better jammers. All that does mean is we'll just have to get closer. Overlapping 40 mil autocannons are they're going to deal with the. That's one torpedo inbound. Pretty quickly, yeah. You have plasma coming in. I still think we're dumping enough to overwhelm the PD. They didn't come with very much PD. One PD laser turret, one PD laser turret, yeah. So unless they bring the rails to bear as well. Should penetrate. Here it goes. Impacts, first one destroyed. Second one destroyed. All ships survived the engagement. One was heavily damaged, but I can live with that. We lost a shipyard and obviously the PD. Surprised they also got the farm. Okay. Foxtrot 176. You might as well make the transit, complete the transit to Rainier. You're right next to it. Cancel the... Do a resupply first before the repair. This is going to eat a bit of boost, because we're going to be boosting the missing resources off of Earth, but that's fine. Mainly the missing water.
Mission complete.
But this will get them rearmed and refueled. We can take our time repairing. I want them to be armed at the repair station. 7.3 days to repair. Okay.
Policy direction complete.
Because otherwise, if you do repair and resupply, they resupply after repairing, which can result in a sort of awkward situation of you're getting attacked and you're mostly repaired, but you got no torpedoes. So I wanted to make sure I had the torpedoes on hand first. Belarus. Here comes another one to low Earth orbit. Arrive in June. We should be prepared by June, hopefully. Which pocket? Just 2 months worth, but still not a bad thing. That's our Mercury base is coming online. So the Mercury bases, I think we are going to go ahead and upgrade the mine. I don't need the output that badly, and we might as well get the upgrades out of the way. I don't have enough water necessarily to do the farm upgrade, to install farms, but everything else we can do that I want to do right now. So LDA, mine upgrade, solar array. Then we'll grade solar array LDA. And upgrade LDA solar array. And again, this is going to be 7 of these we're upgrading back to back to back. I'm out of something. It wants water for the upgrade. Okay. I can work with that. We just wait a bit of time. We can get the other ones going. The other ones are actually kind of the more important things to get done, which is improve the defenses, make it a little bit harder for them to take the place. The other stuff doesn't cost water. The mine apparently costs water. So I can't upgrade all the mines. Okay. But I get 100% of the output of the mine right now. I get 150% once we upgrade the mine. So, not losing a lot by not being able to upgrade the mine. There we go. We'll come back when, come back in a month or two. I'll have some water hopefully by then.
Ready for my mission.
And then you are 11th of February if we don't have a revolt. So, things you guys are going to be doing is try to keep them from having a unplanned
Restoring
coup.
order.
Ready for my mission. We'll turn down the heat.
For at least another month. And then we're in February. That is March when Mission Center is done. You'll actually finish soon. Wonder what they're going to pick to replace nuclear fusion methodologies. Exotic hybrid systems. I probably do want to research that fairly soon. I wouldn't actually even be surprised if... let's say tech tree is a prerequisite for something. Want. There's the spinal neutron lance. So we had to discover that before we could discover this. So spinal neutron lance is behind the hybrid techs, so we should do the hybrid techs when I have the opportunity. We'll also need ultra-cold neutron confinement, ships to the line, which is fine. We probably want to put the neutron lance on the Lancer, so yeah, that works out. Okay, so we've got some ideas. Advanced fission systems, ultra-cold neutron confinement, ships to the line, exotic hybrid. Is that a global? That's a global. Okay, so we want to do advanced fission systems sooner rather than later as well. There we go.
Lending my expertise.
I have new information.
Oh, I should send someone to turn you. I forgot about that. That's an interesting asteroid. It's two spheroids that have probably due to collision impact whittle themselves together. Would have been relatively low speed to do that.
Things are cooling off.
Things are cooling off.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Things are cooling off.
Our advances in science and technology can be the key to the gates of heaven, but also to the gates of hell. We must choose wisely every time, or we may never choose again. Commissioner Kiran Banerjee, speech at the United Nations.
Or we may never choose again. So there's arc lasers. We're going to want arc lasers, so we'll invest in that a little bit. I'm not too worried. Everything behind arc lasers is 100% chance to pop. So we don't need to invest a lot. It would be nice if we did win here, because then we could make the choice, the follow-up choice. And I suppose if we have IR, and that would be arc. What are we missing for visible? Nothing. So we could technically go into visible right after that. And green arc lasers would not be bad. Would definitely make the LDAs and the PDAs a lot more threatening. Green arc lasers would. So if we had control of that spot, I would not be complaining. Whether we'll have control of that spot, different problem. See, whether we have that spot is a different problem. Go initiative! Kick the servants out of Brazil for me. See how long that lasts. Okay, so we are ready for Georgia.
Where to?
We want to turn the counselor. So spend influence doing so.
They'll be working for us soon.
How stable is the EU? Stable enough.
Standing by for
You
orders.
go ahead and set the national policy in the EU.
Heading to the capital.
I probably don't need to stabilize the missions in Georgia, but we don't want it having a national revolution mere moments before we unify with the EU, so we'll leave them on that mission. And then you want espionage. And yeah, I think we just confirm assignments, let some time pass. We got things happening in space, but they're not interesting things to watch. We got 6 colony ships moving. We got stuff building on Mercury.
expertise.
Low Earth orbit. Okay, so this means you are ready for fancier stuff. So, reconnaissance array, arm. Of course, going to need solar arrays to power all of that. This is low Earth orbit, so we're going to want whatever our current equivalent to admin nodule is. Admin node is. What's our science that we're lowest on? Info. So let's drop to... Actually, let's drop 3 info science here. We'll do the slightly more valuable one. I think we got the power to run that. Solar. And social, that's not info. Information science. Oh, I don't. I have enough to run 2. We're gonna run 2, because that's what we got. I got 13 left. Well, actually, we will run 2 2s and 1 1. That uses all the power. We'll actually technically have 4 spare power, but that'll work. And then we have water, so let's go jump back into Mars mines. Ones that aren't upgrading, we will start to go through them one by one. And if we have enough water for the upgrade, we will do the upgrade. It's only 16 water per upgrade, so that's not a hard ask. Here we go. And then the solar collector and the PDA, well, I think it replaced or upgraded when the tier 2 solar... Say solar array. Solar collector and the point defense array will get replaced with the something else when the LDA and the solar array come online.
We have got some intel on our target.
Okay, should be the last time you need to do that.
We've turned them to our cause.
Because that should happen. Critical success.
Don't let them find out.
I'm checking to see if they have the loyalty module installed. They don't, so should be able to get away with that lasting for a decent period of time.
Order is returning.
Should be the last time you do that.
Order is returning.
Last time you do that. Yeah, there should be no natural ones here. It'd have to be someone actively doing it.
Policy direction complete.
Unification, Georgia. Confirm. There we go. I will buy this mission control so the EU is not working on it. There we go, out of the way. Victor 232 has arrived in low Earth orbit. Is it here for us or someone else? Oh, I have an LDA and a PDA here? Or do I just have a PDA? Just a PDA. Do I have the power to get a LDA? Yes. Put a LDA in that spot. Advanced rail cannons complete. For the moment, pop over to advanced rail batteries. At which point we'll probably be ready to try to do an upgrade cycle on the battleships we got at Mars. We got 3 battleships at Mars. We can retrofit them up to the Mark III rail cannons. They'll be a little bit more threatening. Victor 209 has arrived at low Earth orbit. And I've been letting surveillance missions go, which is maybe not the best. We haven't really had the fuel to interdict them. It's kind of the problem that's been going on. So yeah, you're September, and I think we let one go in last November. And I was just... To be fair, it was because we didn't have enough water. Also, partially wasn't paying enough attention. It was one of those like,
Where do you need me?
I know there's a surveillance mission coming up, but we're not really in a position
Standing
to
by.
respond to it.
Acknowledged.
Delta Energy. I think we want Delta Energy. Won't be on this counselor, though. You grab espionage. So I think it's going to be one of yours that we're going to take off. We don't really need boost anymore, so we'll trade that 2 boost away. Take Delta Energy in exchange. There's actually a 6 boost swing negative. But instead we get a bunch more space mining. 6% more space mining output. Although I think that's base, so I think that sums before multiplying.
Standing by for orders.
Might multiply with
Ready.
the other multipliers, but...
Where do you need me?
Okay,
for
so...
orders.
EU's reasonably
Don't let them
stable,
find out.
Eurasian Union's reasonably
Ready.
stable. Yeah, so this one I don't really have any small unstable nations to be working with. I'm gonna need to get better persuasion at some point. I'm gonna be moving into regions. Saudi, India, China, Brazil. I think that's maybe the initiative armies in here. Okay. Canada, Mexico. Oh, I think Bolivia is the one you actually do the unification into for South America. Ethiopia is the one I know that is for Africa. It wouldn't be too hard to get into Africa, or into Ethiopia in that situation. The crucial points at the bottom are cracked down already.
Standing by. Removing our enemies.
Your orders?
Standing by. Taking it to them.
Where to?
Where to? We're taking power.
I'm here. We must persuade the people. Ready for my mission.
Please keep me safe.
Reaching lab
Go
security.
sabotage one of their projects. If we get lucky with the sabotage, we steal some of their tech. Steel project is usually better for that, but of course, steel project requires you having a project to steal. Okay, let's confirm assignments. Let some time pass. You're launching targeting Foxtrot 176. 176 is the combat fleet, so the aliens think they're hard enough. They probably are if they think they are. It is 10v6. So yeah, I think the aliens probably got us dead. We will enter battle. We will be coming at them at full speed. I'm going to task 2 batches of torpedoes against each of the frigates. If there's anything left, they'll try to redirect towards the cruiser. And then we're going to select the entire combat fleet. Order. Full speed, or not intercept. That's not what I want. Close enough. Okay. Let's unpause. So unjammed tubes are launching, jammed ones are not. We are ordered full speed ahead so we can close the gaps quickly as possible. So as to get the jammed tubes unjammed. Alien plasma opening up. Orders hitting the PD. Is there enough to get through? Looks like it. We've lost one ship. Oh. I think the answer may be no. Order the autocannons to Guardian mode. So the ships that have run out of torpedoes can at least, if they get a clear opening, shoot the autocannons at them. Yeah, if we had more, had the better targeting computers on these things, we might have been able to get some contact. We got pretty close. Yeah, we did some damage. We actually disabled one of the alien ships. As I told them disengage, they went to defensive mode. Go back to Guardian. I get a little more DACA deployed in the pass here. Point defense array is doing its best. Our LDA wasn't done, so it wasn't involved. Yeah, I think we did a number on the alien fleet at least. It'll be pretty much the end of our fleet, unless the station manages to take the entire enemy force down. Yeah, the PDA is not completely harmless. It's got a Mark II railgun battery on it, so it's fairly harmful. And I think we may, in fact, be disengaging. Yeah, I think the ship's got away. Now the question is, will the PDA be able to finish the job? And are the aliens even trying to finish the job? PDA scores a kill. PDA scores 2 kills. I'm pretty sure with what's left in the alien fleet, if I were to smash auto-resolve here, we'd probably lose. Oh, one of them just decided to disengage. Okay, so we've got 2 frigates and well, 3 frigates. We shall see. Yeah, I think it's going to come down to how effective the alien plasma batteries are at actually bringing the point defense array down. The one little point defense array versus 3 alien warships that are mere specks in the distance. Oh, the aliens are willing to disengage at this point. We'll let them. So the aliens lost 2 ships, we lost 4. Station survives. The aliens continue the fight. We're out of water, but I will order the resupply anyway. We'll just have to boost it up. This will be the ammo coming up, so... And the fuel, to be fair, but ammo more importantly. Fleet is resupplied. Repairs will be pretty trivial. Did the aliens hang around? The aliens have hung around. Okay. So if we were really interested in a rematch, we could go for the rematch. Of course, I see very little reason to take the rematch here. Yeah, the reason to take the rematch here would be just to kill confirm them. I don't think we need to kill confirm them. Definitely not with our expensive to flight ships. If anything, what I will do is let's do some refits before we even contemplate that. So ship construction, refit dock ships. 2 of the docks are functional. 3A is the targeting computer upgrade. So we can go 3 to 3A. 6-day refits. Okay, so we'll start that. We'll also go to Rainier Station, try to get the shipyard operational again. Yeah, it is in the process of becoming operational, so that's fine.
Lending my expertise.
You've hacked the research data.
Sabotage the rail cannons.
The online shopping guy and the electric car guy can squabble over Mars all they like, but that's just selling humanity short. Trust me, we can do so much better. Director Khalid Lashkar, during an appearance on late-night television.
Shot sent at Amazon and Tesla there. So that's mission Saturn complete. We completed it, or we put the most into it, so we get to pick the next one. We're going to launch our probes. We're probably not going to colonize any of that stuff anytime soon, but we can launch those probes. And we do want to follow that up with mission to the outer planets. Again, that's because there's 6 more mining module capacity before we pay extra for it. So we'll want that going in the global.
We've moved the needle.
Okay, they're relaunching. So we've upgraded the targeting computer on 2. Let's refit 2 more. There's an argument I should actually redo the ones at Mars as well to 3As, so they got the better targeting computer. I'm gonna do something a little bit greedier at Mars. I'm gonna do them. Just gonna shove them onto the, all but one of them into the station. So I don't have to micro as much there. They'll be out in 18 days, all 9 of them. I'm gonna shove the last one in.
Target destroyed.
We're in control.
Got our first point in Ethiopia. We probably will want to find a space program there.
Our associates are now in charge.
And, well, the cohesion's actually, in theory, pretty good there. Or granted, it's pretty totalitarian. Cohesion's decent. Guess we'll do Unity, try to get cohesion up. So this is the Mars battery launching. Okay, so that's preserved. Foxtrot 35. So let's do a little bit more refitting. Refit 3A Rainier. And then we have A3 at Mars to add the queue. So in 18 days we'll have the full Martian fleet upgraded the new targeting computers. Which should hopefully make them much harder to jam.
Standing by for orders. Going after their people.
I'm here. Removing our enemies.
Ready for my mission. We'll turn down the heat.
Where do you need me?
Okay. Yeah, let's go one more council cycle and we'll bring this part to a close.
Lending my expertise.
More launching at Mars. And that's our 6 Earth ships upgraded. So at this point, 3 is... no one's 3, so I'll make 3 disappear. We got a couple 2Bs building. Those are at Mercury. And I should probably build more 3As for Earth. So we'll use the 3 dockyards. Oh, well, actually... well, I can toggle these on for using boost. Last one's the one that actually needs it, but then that gets it out of our way. And then I can toggle them off. So I don't use boost when I'm not expecting it later. It'll bring us up to 9 ships in Earth orbit again.
Order is returning.
The people will come to our side.
You've hurt them where it hurts.
Violence is abating.
Political unity. Science. Okay. 2B class monitor. First of our warships in Mercury orbit. This is immediately an alien ship coming to Mercury orbit.
Our people have taken control.
Although we should have 3 there by the time it arrives, so less worried about that. That's Mercury's Tier 2 solar coming online. So it shouldn't be long, and we have the LDA up. 30th April. Yeah, so the aliens are going to arrive and find that Mercury is just a little bit more resistant to their aggression with the LDAs up on the ground defenses and a couple warships in orbit.
Ready for orders.
Not particularly great warships in orbit, but warships in orbit.
What's the op? We'll restore peace to this nation.
Your orders?
Okay. So I think that's where we're going to go ahead and put the port break in. As you can see, I think we're going to try to take over some of Africa as the next expand area. which is mostly going to be reliant on trying to stabilize Ethiopia and then shove bits into Ethiopia. It's probably not a bad thing that Ethiopia is incredibly totalitarian, because that might be how we keep Africa stable as we put bits into it. That's how we're keeping Russia stable, because Russia has armies, and totalitarian plus armies equals a lot of unrest reduction from armies. So Russia's sitting roughly at its rest point here. We do want to get the inequality down in Russia so that Russia needs its armies less. Part of that will also be doing unity, I think, gets rid of the hostile claims. So at some point we'll have to push some unity in there as well. But we're going to do that after we get more of the mission control done. EU's coming along pretty nice. Although we're doing unity there because we want to get up to, like, 4. A little bit closer to 4. And unity is 5 times stronger than knowledge, and pushing to 5. Or pushing upwards. We're below 5, so both push the same direction. So yeah, I think that's where we are. If you're watching on YouTube, we'll have another part up tomorrow. We're going to record one more part tonight after a short break if you're watching on Twitch. So with that, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part and or stream, and bye for now.